Welcome to this section of draft creation. In this section, we will understand the process of draft creation and key information associated with it. To create a draft in a file, one must open the file, and from the draft option available on the menu bar, click Create New Draft. This takes you to the draft creation screen, where the content preparation of the draft takes place on the left side of the screen, and information about this draft is recorded on the right side of the screen, which is also called recording its metadata. Let us first understand the content preparation part of the draft creation, and then we will understand about draft's metadata. Content preparation. The simplest and the upfront way for creating the content for the draft is using the online editor opened up on the left side. You may prepare the content by simply writing directly into this editor and using the formatting options from the editor's toolbar. To add convenience to the draft creation, there are few distinct features available. These are: 1. Use of templates for predefined formats. 2. Hashtags to insert some information automatically in the content. 3. Translate to help you translate content from one language to another. Templates are the easiest way to insert the default content and its format into the editor, against known standard replies, such as replying to VIPs, addressing or acknowledging received grievances and RTIs, etc. And then user can add information specific to this draft under preparation. Another key feature to add convenience is hashtags. The hashtags available from this list can be used in the content built using online editor to help you insert the values they represent. For example, hashtag approved by name will insert the approver's name at the place of use of this tag when the letter will be approved. Another hashtag approved date will insert the date of approval and etc. Translate. This is a service built by Center for Development of Advanced Computing to help you translate content from one language to another. You just have to write the content in your language in the draft editor, select the content, and click Translate. In the pop-up window, choose the source content language and the target language in which you require content. Finally, click Translate, and then insert it in your draft. In case you are more comfortable in preparing content in other word processors, such as Microsoft Word, etc., you can always copy the content from other editors and copy it to this online editor. An important pointer here is that, when reproducing the content from other external editors to applications online, editor may cause potential formatting issues. This is due to several factors such as proprietary formatting. Some editors use proprietary formatting standards that might not be fully compatible with open-source editors. Complex styles. These external editors allows for complex styles, fonts, and layouts that may not be supported or rendered correctly by simpler web-based text editors, and other environmental differences and HTML/CSS limitations. To avoid such formatting concerns, when content from MS Word is reproduced to online editor, it is suggested that the user must follow following guidelines. The page setup for applications, such as MS Word, in which the content is prepared, must be same with the note sheet, A4, and draft editor, A3, A4, A5. The margin setup must always be default and should not be altered with. The content, text, tables, etc. must be prepared with the default margins. Tab key must be used for spacing instead of space bar, which is counted as a character. Other spacing options available in applications, such as MS Word, must be explored. Content should contain Unicode-compliant fonts and symbols only. Following these guidelines will minimize the formatting issues, or you can always use Upload option to avoid this. Using the Upload option here to upload the document file in which draft content is prepared will display it at the top of the editor screen. This is convenient too, but remember, the hashtags are not available for Upload option. Next is recording the key information about this draft under preparation, also known as recording its metadata. This is primarily divided into two sections. 1. Draft details. 2. Adding intended recipients' details. The draft details records information, such as the nature, if the draft, whether it being a new, that is, a self-initiated draft, or it being a reply or reminder against a receipt. If it is against a receipt, then its details such as receipt number, the form of draft communication under preparation, language in which this draft is being prepared, and other subject details. Recording these details is essential for data organization. Metadata helps in organizing and categorizing data, making it easier to search and manage information related to drafts efficiently. Efficient data analysis. Metadata supports efficient data analysis by providing structured information about the data, which can be crucial for reporting and decision-making processes. Such as, Rajbhasha section want a report on the number or percentage of letters dispatched in Hindi language. You might want to know the number of letters dispatched against RTIs and etc. Moving on to the recipient details now. This is the section where we record the details of individuals to whom we intend to dispatch this letter, which is under preparation. These could be more than one recipient and be from your own or external government organization, a private institution, or from public domain as required. To add recipients, click Add Edit Recipients, and in the pop-up window you can add details. There are 3 options available at the top, which specify the domain of the user. 1. Public. These are the recipients from public domain. 2. Intra-e-office. These are the users of your own organization. 3. Inter-e-office. These are the users from other external organization. On choosing public, which is default, you may enter recipients' details who are either a non-government entity or not using e-office and then click Add at the bottom. Once added, this will reflect on the right side of the pop-up window. Ensure that you enter email ID and mobile number details, since this will help deliver the draft letter via email or push SMS alerts. Similarly, to choose recipient details from your own organization or ministry, choose Intra-e-office, or from external organization, choose Inter-e-office, and then search and add the user from the list below. You can enter more recipient details by entering their details one at a time and then clicking Add at the bottom. Once the recipient list is final, you may click Close to return to draft window, and all these recipients are now listed on the right side of the draft screen. In e-office, saving your work as a draft is straightforward. Simply click Save to keep your document in its current state. This allows you or anyone else in the channel of submission to revisit and modify it later using this edit option. Once saved, the new draft gets a number, a status where DFA stands for Draft for Approval, and version number, which keeps changing for every change made to this draft, with a movement of the file taking place in channel of submission. You can now refer this draft number in the green note and forward the file in the channel of submission for necessary action required. That is all on creation of drafts. In the next section, we will explore editing or making revisions to the drafts pending for approval, that is, drafts with DFA status.